Brady pointed at me, and we've just never attempted a 50-yard field goal since my first game here. I was pretty excited, honestly, but I didn't even realize how far it was till after the kick, because then once it went through, I put it in my head, and then I got really excited. So.
Sure. And Travis, for you, I mean, how important was it for you to just keep grinding there on that last drive to try and, seal the win?
We talked about it before the drive. We knew what we had to do. Did first downs any way we could, and that's what we did. So
what's the longest field goal that you hit? What's the longest field goal that you've hit in practice or any other time?
Well, warming up, I usually go back to 60 and you hit that, but farthest I've been in practice, I think it's 58.
Is that consistent or?
Yeah, usually every day I can hit about 58, 59.
It looked like that one could have been good from at least 60. You really got your foot into that one, definitely. Hey, Travis, on that last drive, talk about the when you hurdled the guy. That was kind of a cool play there. I mean, you kind of describe how that one went.
just one-on-one with the safety. Been tackling him low the whole game, so he's either gonna make him miss side to side or jump over him.
Travis, what's it been like with Nate so far this year? Obviously, he's come on a little bit later.
Really cool to have a guy in the position group come in first year and play like he does, and it's inspiring. He runs the ball hard, just like the rest of us. So.
How does he complement your running style?
I think the whole group does things a little bit different, but as a whole, we run the ball really hard, really smart. So.
Daron, on that one pass breakup at the end of the game, what did you see in the coverage there before you were that fire?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What did you see in the coverage right before that pass breakup in the end zone at the end of the game?
Really, my goal was just cover my man, and that's what I did. I just seen I look at odds, so when the odds go big, ball coming. So that's really all I seen was the man, and when I seen that ball, I just know how to make a play.
Did you feel like this was one of your more complete games so far this year?
Yes, because I'm coming off an injury, and really it was just an opportunity to showcase my talent. I haven't really got to do that this year as much as I wanted to, I would say. And this year it really helped me do that. Or this game really helped me do that, and I got to show the world, show my team that they could trust me, and show everybody that I can play ball.
What more do you think you could show?
That's just game by game. If I make plays and they come my way, we all gonna play good. As long as we all up there, I'm up there. We're gonna play good.
Yeah, and obviously Miles went down at the end of the game. What does that do for the defensive backs? What is moving forward for the rest of the year? How does that impact your group?
I wouldn't say it really impacted us much because we all practice hard. I feel like if you put anybody out there, they're gonna seize the opportunity. And I feel like from our incoming freshmen to the oldest one on the field or in the group, we all practice hard. So I feel like if you put any of them out there, they're gonna use the opportunity. So I don't feel like it really affected us. It's just all about who's willing to step up. So that's what we're here to find out.
Daron, talk about the entire defensive effort against a great running team. You held them to 50 yards rushing. And you guys were able to just basically shut them down. Just talk about the entire defensive performance.
The entire defense, we literally practice, we give it our all every week. And our coaches are hard on us because they know what we're capable of. So, when we practice hard, I know we're going to play hard. So, that's really it. It's just I'm just proud of them. And the way we practice and I'm seeing it on the field, that just made me so happy that they're just all ready to play.
Yeah, conference-wise, moving to 2-1, back-to-back wins for you guys after, kind of a heartbreaking loss to Missouri State. What does this do for your confidence moving forward as you get set for, another tough stretch?
It's day by day, game by game. So, you on that next, that's a good team. So we're just going to work with them. We're going to practice hard, take it day by day, and we're just going to be prepared.
Really proud of our football team. That was a great win. That's a really good team that we played. They're a team that's not going to beat themselves. You got to find ways to win, and I think our guys, found ways to win today. You look at that stop late in the fourth quarter, some of the things that maybe we haven't done well in prior weeks. You look at the way we were able to close out the game there with, I don't know what it was, I think, 5.5 minutes and never give them the ball back. That's what it's going to take to win close games in the Valley, and winning close games in the Valley is something that we've got to be able to do.
Yeah, Bob, how enjoyable, from a coaching staff, from a coaching side, is it to watch your team go down there, not even give them a chance to give the ball back there at the end?
Yeah, it's the way you want to be able to close the game out. They're a pretty good rush defense. I thought our offensive line really, bulled their neck there and showed what they're capable of doing. Created some seams, and then obviously Travis. And they've got a really good running back. But I'll tell you what, we got a really good covey of backs. And Travis Teich showed you how physical a runner he can be today, all day. And he got extra yards. He got yards after contact, and took advantage of some of those holes that we had there in that last drive, and got us first downs.
Was there any hesitation on that 54-yard field goal attempt, or Mason's distance, you felt confident he could do that?
Going into the game, Mason's been kicking the ball really, really well in practice, and he loves kicking in the dome. We knew points were going to be a premium in this game. I said early on to our staff, I said, hey, if we get a chance to kick a long field goal today, we're going to do it. Sometimes situations like that, we've gone for it. We picked up about 3 or 4 yards, I think, on the third down play, which got us, inside 55 yards, which is well within his range, believe it or not. And when it came off his foot, there was no doubt that thing was right down the middle with plenty of distance. So it was one of the things going in that we said we may have to do, and the situation came up, and we talked all week about playing with confidence, and sometimes as a coach you got to show confidence in your players.
Yeah, first half, North Dakota just blocked a punt. Your defense comes up with a big 3-and-out. You get a sack on third down. How big was that just to kind of not give them momentum?
Yeah, that's a really big series. That was one area that was obviously a little bit of a trouble spot for us today. We didn't our punt protection broke down a couple of times, when our defense has been playing really, really well. I mean, we just outrushed. I'm just looking at the stats here. I mean, we outrushed them over 3-1. And you do that against a team like North Dakota that wants to run the football. You got a really good chance to win. But defensively, the ability to come in that sudden change situation and stop them, that was a big momentum swing in the game.
Is Travis finally 100% healthy at this point?
He looked 100% today. I joking with him as we walked down here. I said, "Boy, I can't wait till you get to 100% if you're that good today." I think he's back to being what he's capable of being, and we'll need him moving forward.
At the end of the first half, you got that one quick pass to Caleb, but you couldn't get a timeout in time. Were you looking for a timeout at that point? It seemed like
we would have taken another field goal attempt. I mean, I honestly probably messed that up. Probably should have taken the timeout right after the first down. We might have been able to maybe spike the ball there. We were low on time, maybe got a field goal attempt. But, part of the problem is, Carson scrambled around a little bit and extended the play, and the clock ran out. But we would have, if we had another second or two, we would have taken our time out there and tried a field goal there at the end of the half.
And Brett and Miles ended up going down at the end of the game. How did they make out? And
Yeah, I really don't know yet. That's the unfortunate part. We're getting a little bit banged up. We didn't play Joey Lombard today, one of our starting offensive linemen, and had to shuffle some guys around, and played Siler Shearhart at right tackle. We've got some other guys, but that's part of what you have to be able to do in the Valley. You're going to have to be able to lean on your depth because you're going to have a hard time, keeping everybody week to week. Hopefully, those injuries aren't serious, and we'll get those guys back.
How big was this win as far as momentum, because this is the first of a meat grinder.
Yeah, I mean,
You're playing all these
you know,
ranked teams.
Barry, it goes back to what I say, about this conference. I mean, what was it? All 11 teams are ranked in, if you believe all those power rankings, you got all 11 teams ranked in the top 36 or 32 teams in the country. You're always going to play a really good team, and if you're going to be in it at the end, you gotta do two things. You gotta win at home, which we've done to this point. We've won at home. And then you got to find ways to win some games on the road. And really proud of our way our guys played today. We played like a confident football team that's got something to prove. And now the challenge is going to be against a really good Northern Iowa team next week.
And Coach, having that touchdown lead when you sent Mason out for the field goal, was there any hesitation with the way your defense played to maybe punt, try and pin him deep, or was it just take the points since you can try and get him?
No, like I said, as soon as we picked up 3 or 4 more yards there on third down, and we're kind of inside, we always talked as a staff before the game, and our thought there with the way Mason was kicking in pregame was, hey, if we can get the ball so that it's inside of 55 yards. I don't know. I think they should have rounded that up so he has a school record all himself, too. I think it was closer to 55 than 54 myself, but that we were gonna give him a chance. And we went back and forth. We had a potential play where we were going to try to draw him off sides, and then I just said, no, we're going to take the points, and we think Mason can do it, and he did.
And next week, having to face a really tough defense with Northern Iowa, what do you have to do to try and repeat a performance like this week's performance?
Yeah, they're one of the best defensive teams in the country. We'll have to have a plan. Just like today, I thought our offensive plan was really good. We knew we had to find ways to run the football against their pressure defensive looks, and we found some ways. They don't give up 200 yards or rushing very often on a Bubba Swigert defense, and so we found a way to do that. I thought Carson made some good throws, and we're going to have to find a way to be balanced next week, just like we were this week.
Coach, we talked about it a little bit down on the field, but I know you had some special guests in the suites for this game. Can you tell us about who was here?
Yeah, my parents were here. And I honestly don't know why I get emotional. They've been it was great to have them here. Number one, they're up in their 80s, and just the opportunity. Thank Dave for letting me put them in a suite there so they could watch their great fans, and it was a pretty special day in that regard. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that, but when you're in your upper 80s, and get to go to a college football game, that's a pretty special deal, and obviously pretty special for their son.
And I'd have to imagine playing in so many games during the pandemic when the stadium crowds are restricted, when you don't know, when the next game in front of fans is going to happen, that it just makes it that much more gratifying.
Oh yeah, and I'll close by saying, that I'm just really proud of our guys. They responded to the challenge that we set forth to them, and I think one of the things I'm most proud of is the confidence that they played with throughout the course of the game, and excited to move ahead to next week. Quite frankly, we've got a lot of momentum right now. And I wish we could be home again, but we got to go on the road, and You know, it was great to have fans in the stands the way that we did today. You know, it was tremendous support, and obviously our fans are seeing some great football right now.